So once again, welcome you in the IT session. In the previous class, we had done about some accessibility tools, and we had discussed how the ease of access tool is helping to physically impaired people to use the computer system. Now we will discuss some very crucial and very important keys, or you can say the tools. With the help of these tools, anyone can access the computer system in a very convenient manner, and he or she can just feel very comfortable while accessing the computer. So students, physically impaired people are not very easy, not feel very easy when they access any kind of tool. They feel quite low because they knew the reality that they are going to have some issues. So just skipping that overhead, computer engineers described or developed some helpful keys. I'm not saying that they are 100% useful for them, but they are very useful for them if we compare to nothing, because it's better to have something than compared to nothing. If someone cannot just visualize the screen, just recognize the screen's text, but by magnifying the text, but by zooming out the text, if he or she can read that text, or if he or she can access the computer system or work on the computer system, then why not? Okay, so just a second. So now we will discuss some of these keys. First one is very important, sticky keys. Sticky keys. The option sets sticky keys to run when we log on to Windows. Sometimes instead of pressing 3 keys at once, we can use 1 key by turning on sticky keys. Okay. What happens is, student, then sometimes we need to press 3 keys simultaneously. Just like we have to press the Control as well as Alt as well as Delete key simultaneously. But doing this thing, if we will use these sticky keys, then it will allow you to modify your key. Just like one student has asked me yesterday that, sir, what is modifier key? So you can understand the modifier key in this way, that you are modifying your original key. Whatever the key is, whatever that key's function is, you are manipulating that thing according to your convenience. If you have to press the Control, Alt and Delete simultaneously, but you do not want to press 3 keys, and you are modifying any kind of key, just like if I am saying that I will press P instead of pressing Control, Alt and Delete, because I have modified it. So this allows me by the use of sticky keys. समझ में आया आपको? जैसे कि 3 कीज को मुझे एक साथ नहीं क्लिक करना है, मैं चाह रहा हूं कि इन तीनों कीज की जगह मैं केवल एक ही की को क्लिक करूं, और वो कोई भी आपका डिजायर्ड की हो सकता है, तो उसे बोलते हैं अपने स्टिकी की। स्टूडेंट्स, स्टिकी कीज उनके लिए बहुत ही ज्यादा हेल्पफुल है जो थोड़ा सा हैंड से इम्पेयर्ड है, फिजिकली इम्पेयर्ड है, तो उनके लिए कैसे इजी हो सकता है कि हाँ, उन्हें ज्यादा से ज्यादा कीज को नहीं प्रेस करना होगा. So in this way, we can press a modifier key and have it remain until another key is pressed. So how it works is, once you have modified your key, then it will remain active until you are not pressing any kind of another key. Okay, so this is what sticky key allows us. Students, you just need to understand the phenomena of these keys. I am not advising you that you please try it on your computer, because if you are going to try these keys, these tools in your computer, it may misbehave also, because it is designed according to the physically impaired people, not for us also, touch wood. So keeping in this mind, please avoid these steps, because it may behave your computer also. So that's why I'm also not going to just show you sticky keys, because it sometimes misbehave, sometimes it is very troubleshooting for us. Okay, so now how you can enable the sticky keys? You have to go to the control panel, or you can go in the search icon, type the sticky keys, STICKY, then you can find the sticky keys over there. Okay, then click to apply. Then it will ask you to click on OK. And if you will click on the apply and OK, then it will enable the sticky keys. Getting my point? Now, after understanding the phenomena, the concept of sticky keys, we will understand the filter keys. Filter keys is very interesting key, student. Just like if you are by mistake pressing repeated keys, supposingly you are repeatedly pressing P, P, P and P, then if you have enabled the filter key, then it will ignore that continuous or repeated keystrokes. How? Because we have filtered our keys. Computer will automatically understand that it is being done by mistake only. Because if there is someone who is physically impaired and he or she will press the key, so it might be repeat. So computer, or we can say the keyboard, will ignore that repeated keystrokes. So this is being done by the filter key. Filter key is a feature of Microsoft Windows. It is an accessibility function that tells the keyboard to ignore brief or repeated keystrokes. Mark my point, students. It will ignore the repeated keystrokes. Okay, making typing easier for people with hand tremors. Okay, to enable filter keys, check use filter keys. You can find it into the keyboard configuration. If you want to try this filter key and if you want to enable this filter key option, then you can find it into the keyboard, or you can find into the control panel. Or if you are unable to find this key, you have to just type into the search icon filter key, and there you can access the filter key and can enable according to you. Okay, click settings under filter key and check ignore repeated keystroke. You have the checkbox over there. If you will click on that checkbox, then it will ignore the repeated keystrokes, and then you have to click apply. Then you have to click OK, and then filter key will be enabled. So all the question will be asked in the board examination from this key if this session will comprise any question. Examiner can ask which key ignores the repeated keystrokes, then our answer will be filter key. Examiner can ask which key give you the facility by modifying your key, so your answer will be the sticky keys. Okay, getting my point? Which people uses the sticky keys and filter keys, then your answer will be the physically impaired people, or so you can say another terminologies. Now after discussing the sticky and filter keys, we will understand what is the toggle keys. So toggle keys is also a feature of Microsoft Windows. Yes, we are discussing the Microsoft Windows features. And it is an accessibility function which is designed for people who have vision impairment or cognitive disabilities. Toggle key is important, or we can say crucial, when if you have the vision impairment. Vision impairment means, or the cognitive disability means, what does toggle key provide you? Then whenever you will turn on the caps lock, you will press the shift or the control key, it will sound a beep. It will make the beep sound whenever you will turn on the caps lock, whenever you will turn on the nums lock. So it will give the indication that you have turned on the caps lock, nums lock, and etc. So now you can interpret that I had pressed something new. So the toggle key is very useful in that case. Okay. When toggle key is turned on, computer emits sounds cues, because it is give the cues to the user that you are pressing a key. Which key? Just like it's maybe the caps lock, it may be the num lock, it may be the scroll lock. So a user can interpret that I have turned on the caps lock. Getting my point, students? A high sound is emitted when the keys are switched on, and a low sound is emitted when they are switched off. So you can differentiate between the keys. If the sound is low, that means that switch is being off. But if the sound is high, that means the keys are being switched on. So how you can enable these toggle keys? You can just explore into the search icon, type the toggle keys, click the settings, and then you have to just turn on that radio button. When you will turn on that radio button, it will allow you to use the toggle key. And you can try that when you will press the caps lock, it will sound a beep. Okay. So I hope that you have understood the toggle keys, sticky key, and the another key. Okay. So now the fourth one is narrator. Yes, as the name suggests, narrator means it will read out the text, whatever is being displayed on your screen, or whatever the text are you working on. So when you will type anything on the computer, anything on the word processor, it will recite also, it will read it also for you. If you will click on this particular icon, if you will double click on any kind of icon or the software or the browser, it will narrate it. How? Just like if you are clicking on the My PC or the PC icon, then it will say that this PC is being clicked. This is this PC and this is that browser. This is the Mozilla Firefox. So physically impaired people can understand that what is being pressed, what I am using, and which type of clicking I am doing. So it will be very useful for a person who is not cognitive able, who is not perfect in the decision making. So if device is narrating down its step, then it will be so easier and convenient to him. Okay. Now the audio description. Audio description gives the audio output of the description that appears on computer screen. Audio description, I think you have tried when you Google search anything, that it's narrate all the description that you have searched for. So audio description is nothing but a brief description, a brief overview of whatever you are doing. Just like if I am going to click on the browser, so it will just give me a brief description that it is a web browser and you can explore the internet by clicking it. If I'm going to click on the control panel, then it will describe me that it is a control panel, and by the clicking this you can change the setting of your computer. Okay, students. The sixth one is magnifier. Once again, as the name suggests, magnifier will enlarge your part of the screen. It will zoom out the screen so you can access your screen in a much convenient manner. If you have the visual impairments, someone if have the visual impairments, then he or she can identify the text, recognize the text in a much detailed manner. So magnifier also a very crucial part when you use the mouse pointer. Supposingly that my mouse pointer is on here, and if I am dragging it on the AUDIO, that means the audio, then when I will just drag it from this audio spelling or the audio word, it will zoom out this portion. So where the mouse pointer will go, it will zoom out that portion on which it is pointing out. Okay. So it helps to view those objects that are difficult to view clearly. So those who have any kind of visual impairments, he or she can access the magnifier. Now seventh, speech recognition. Speech recognition, it let the user control the working on computer using voice command. Yes, we all are using. Sometimes our parents uses the voice command also, because they are not very convenient by typing all the instruction, by typing the text. So what they do is they just speech in front of that mic, and then it catches your command, and then after it processes it. So it lets the user control all the working of computer, all the working of that device by your voice commands. It will process that voice according to you. So the user can speak the commands on the microphone attached to the computer or any kind of electronic device, as you can see on your Alexa, the Google Assistant, the smart watches. So they just process that command that you had given by the voice, and then it responds accordingly. So this is how by using these kind of tools, we can just facilitate ourselves in a much more convenient way while accessing the computers. So I hope that you have understood these tools. So students, I will go to tell you how to use the ease of access, or how to just go and access that accessibilities too. So here you can see on my screen that I have made a shortcut of control panel. So it will be easier me to access that control panel. If you are unable to find the control panel, you can just find from this list. And if it is not convenient to you, you can write here control panel also. Okay. So as I have made the shortcut, so I will double click on it. Here you can find the ease of access. Okay. When you will click on this ease of access, you will find several options here. As you can see on your screen, you can change your mouse work. You can change the visual display. You can change how your computer will work according to you. Replace sound with visual cues. Start speech recognition. Set up a microphone. All the things which we have discussed in our class, we can use here from using this ease of access center. Okay, students. So change how your mouse work. If I will click on that, then it will show you different kind of option, that which kind of browser color you want to use. If you want to use the regular color, just like white, extra large white. If someone like the black color, so they can use the black color for their cursor pointer. And these are having the three options also. Do you want to use the regular black, the large black, or the extra large black? So if I will click on this large white, so that my pointer will be large enough. Okay. And then I will apply here, as you can see on the bottom of that screen. When I will apply here, okay, as you can see. Here you can see that my cursor is larger as compared to what I have done earlier. Okay. So this is how you can manipulate your computer system according to your ease, because it is named as ease of access. So if you want to explore the sticky keys, toggle keys, filter keys, so you can find it in the keyboard section. Here is the sticky keys being offed, because I don't want that my sticky key to be on, and I will be comfortable to type the three keys simultaneously. Okay. So, but if anyone who do not want to type three keys simultaneously, so he or she can turn on this sticky key. Here you can see a brief description given over here, that press one key at a time for keyboard shortcut. That means we can create the shortcuts. Then here is the toggle keys. Play a sound whenever you press caps lock, num lock, or scroll lock. So let's try it. So have you heard that sound? Okay. So you can just hear that sound, a kind of beep. When I will on my caps lock, it will sound some low amount. But when I will off this sound, then it will sound different. So using toggle keys, if we are enabling the toggle keys, whenever we will press the caps lock, num lock, or the scroll lock, it will create a sound. Okay. Now using of filter key. Filter key is what? Ignore brief or repeated keystrokes and change keyboard repeat rates. If someone is pressing the keys repeatedly, then it will ignore them. So I hope that you have understood, students. So I think this is enough for today's class, and we have completed the session 1, which was about the using accessibility option. And we have already covered the unit 2, which was about the computer networking and the web application.